Hello, I am welcoming you to Just Connect. I am Natalie Phillips, and I wanted to spend some time talking today about energy and the vibe that you put out in this world. And I woke up this morning with some great energy, just, tuning into some of my friends' shows in the morning, getting me inspired, getting me motivated, putting a smile on my face. And as I continued on through the morning, just with some of the events, I'm here in Colorado, and with just some of the events that were going on, I'm not going to rehash it. A lot of you have seen some different things in the news, but my energy level started to just drop. And hello, Melissa. Thank you for joining. And, it's just one of those things where you can start off having a great day, and depending on where the twists and turns come, it kind of either creates a better energy for you or it can bring you down. And so I want to talk a little bit more about energy today and what it means to me, and hopefully what it means to you, and maybe some of the things that I can bring to light that might help you have more energy or preserve your energy as well. So that's what we're going to talk about today on today's show. I've thought about it, and I have actually been hired for my energy. I have been friended on social media for my energy. And a lot of people come to me and say, oh my gosh, you've got such great energy. In fact, this week I just talked to a girlfriend of mine who said that, and most of the times it comes over as a compliment, so I don't feel like it's really bad at all. Hello, William Schomburg. Very good to see you. Carrie Christensen, thank you for joining. Hello. And we are talking about energy today, and how, a lot of people kind of stop me, and they either, sometimes it can be a compliment, and it's, I feel like it's just how people connect to me. They get drawn in, and sometimes I don't even know that I'm doing anything special. I'm just sort of being present, I guess. And hello, Ken Walls and Ashley. Thank you so much for joining today. Lisa Copeland, thank you for joining. Good to see you. And Heather Wolf, thanks for joining. So talking about energy, and, most of the times I do take it as a compliment. So it's something that I, think that it's just the way people connect to me. And, I get a lot of questions too of, how do you have so much energy? Like, I don't understand. And you know what? Honestly, I don't either. But, I start to think about it, and this is really my blanket statement. And usually when people ask me, how come I have so much energy and why can I keep going? And no, I'm not the Energizer Bunny people. But I honestly think that if you are passionate about something and you start to live in that passion, and you believe that, you personally and authentically can use your passion and your skills and your experience, and you confidently believe that you can make an impact in this world, and you're doing it in whatever you're doing. It doesn't necessarily have to be in your job. It could just be something that you're super passionate about, and you feel like you can teach somebody about something that you're learning or experiencing. I feel like when you are living in that passion, then the energy will just stay with you. I don't see how it can't. And so talking about energy, that's just one of those things that I do take as a compliment. But on the other hand, I started thinking about it, and sometimes it can be a detriment too. And being sought out for my energy, I like to be creative. I like to use my ideas, use my energy for some ideas, and I just can't be placed somewhere and be told that I have to produce, because I won't produce. It just doesn't feed on my creative side. And, if I'm not inspired, or if I don't believe in the product or the service or the company or the people in the company, I'm not going to produce either. It's just too hard. So sometimes, the energy, if you feel deflated, it's just not going to happen. And so it's super important to understand your own energy. And, I have to admit, sometimes I give away too much energy, and it flattens me. It literally flattens me. and it's sometimes too late, when I say flattened, sometimes I might feel deflated. I might feel tired or exhausted. I have nothing for my family when I get home. Sometimes I get taken advantage of. Sometimes I get bullied. Sometimes I collapse. And so honestly, it is not worth it if you're not able to maintain and preserve your own energy. And hello, Mary. Good to see you. Mary is Michelle's mother, so thank you for joining. And Marcus, my man, checking in. Battery is at 5%, but we'll check the replay. All right, so part of my tribe is here that I met at Hustle and Grind Con, talking about energy and how important it is. In order to survive and be successful, you have to have, there are two things that I was thinking about energy, about that you have to know about your energy. Number one is knowing what fuels your energy. What fuels you? What do you have to do to stop and be refueled? When do you have to do this? And how do you get there? For me, sometimes it is a retreat. I've gone on different retreats with different women and just taking the time to rest or taking the time to just enjoy each other helps. Sometimes a massage helps, just to kind of take the edge off and just relax and have like nothing in my mind, which is hardly ever. And I have to tell you, yes, I probably am laying face down still thinking about things that I want to grow and build. So it's crazy. I know my mind, rarely turns off. Sometimes it's rest. You guys are going to probably hate me, but I am that person who can probably lay down, nap for about 5-10 minutes, do a power nap, and I am good to go for like the next few hours. So yes, I am that person. And Vance, good to see you all the way from Seattle and a Hawaii local boy. So again, talking about energy, folks, today on the show, and how you have to know about when you have to refuel and what will it take for you to refuel to get your energy. Sometimes for me, besides rest or these 5-minute power naps that I know you all are going to hate me for later, sometimes it's odd because I know I'm an extrovert, but sometimes even going out with people and just sitting there and being present and listening to what they're working on or what, hearing about their success, oh my gosh, it fires me up. I've talked about this before for some of you who have tuned into some of the other lives that I've done, but sometimes I will make some appointments, and it might be after work, and it might be for drinks or for dinner, and I might be tired or have a headache or just don't feel like I want to go, but I will go anyway because I made that appointment. And I will be sitting there, and once I kind of get into who I'm connecting with and really learning about what they're doing and being so, excited for what they're doing, I leave, and oddly enough, and I do not get it, oddly enough though, like my headache is gone, I'm super energized, I'm ready to come home and do some work. It is crazy, and I feel like that's obviously part of the extrovert part of me, but I know that that's what fuels me as well. So it's super important to know what will fuel you back to where you need to get. The second thing that I thought about was, what can you give and take in order to maintain your energy? Because you cannot keep taking on things more and more and more and keep going and running and running and running. My good friend and tribe member, Marcus Stone, always says that, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. What will you do with it? And I know that if I decide to wake up early, work out, tune into 3, maybe 4 shows now, so many people are going Facebook Live, and I'm loving their shows and learning so much from them. But I know that if I'm going to wake up early and do all of that stuff, do my Rise and Grind planner, goals and gratitude, and get on my elliptical, and then tune into the 3 or 4 shows, that I'm going to have to give something up, which means I typically go to bed at 11 or 12, but now I'm trying to get to bed by 9:30 or 10, which is super odd for me because I'm a night owl, and I'm actually a morning person, which is crazy. So, but I can't do it. I know that if I continue doing it, I won't be able to keep it up. So there is a give and take. And in order for me to get up so that I can support my friends doing their shows and to get up, early and be inspired, I have to get my behind or my tootie in bed before, 10 or even 11, like 10:30 is my cutoff. Okay. So there are things that I know that I have to give and take in order to maintain that. I used to say that I'll sleep when I sleep. But that's not true. You guys can't do that. And so you have to, I'm here to urge you to really get in tune with your energy, what it takes to refuel, as well as what are you going to give and take to maintain it, because you cannot keep taking things on. And so I was at a conference once and I actually collapsed, you guys. I mean, I was there with a lot of, I was going to say a million, but it wasn't a million, a lot of people. And there are people pulling me in different directions. Here, come meet this person, come meet that person, sit in this meeting, go to attend these classes, get over here and listen to this speaker. And I was being pulled all different ways. I wasn't eating very well, which was my fault too. But I actually collapsed. I literally collapsed, hit my head. I woke up on the stairwell, and I had security of the hotel saying, you need to wake up and you need to tell me your name and your phone number and your address, because otherwise, if you can't tell us that, we're taking you to the hospital. So yes, that was a eye opener for me, you guys. And so I'm here to tell you that if you go down, your dream does not happen. So you have to start taking care of yourself. You have to start learning about your energy, how to preserve your energy, how to be be a guardian of your own energy too. Because I'll tell you, people will suck the energy out of you unless you have your boundaries and unless you're able to put your foot down and know, I can't do this and I'll have to say no to that, but I can do this. William Schomburg says, I'm older than most of the tribe. Sleep is mandatory. Yes. Okay. Sleep is mandatory for everybody out there. And I hope everybody is getting their sleep. But that's the point, and I've learned that I have to take care of myself with eating, take care of myself sleeping, and be super careful where I place my energy. And so that's the topic of today. And, I want to urge you guys not to be flattened. I was going to put out some call to actions and some things that I wanted you guys to post, but instead I found this chart that I'm going to see if I can pull up and see if it'll work. And I know it's over my face, and it's totally fine because I want you guys to see this. But I found this box. It's called the Eisenhower box, and it was really a priority grid that I wanted you guys to make on your own. And I want you to come back to this if you watch the replay. Make this chart, this 4-quadrant chart, and I want you to write, urgent, not urgent, and then important and not important. And make this grid. I love it because the top left quadrant says, these are things that are important and urgent. So yes, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it now. In the right hand upper quadrant, it's important but not urgent. So these are the things that you can decide to do, or schedule it to do later. You don't have to get to it. Yes, they're important, but it's not urgent. Vance says, I need my reading glasses to see this. Okay. That's funny because I don't have my reading glasses on, but I'm also on a computer. So maybe Vance, later on, you can get it on the replay and make this grid. I want everybody to make this grid because it's really going to help prioritize what is important, where to put your energy. The bottom left says it's not important and it's urgent, which means that even though it's urgent, you might not be able to get to it. So why don't you delegate it? Why don't you give it to somebody who can actually help you do it? And the last quadrant, the bottom right hand, is that these are things that are not really urgent and not really important. So guess what? Delete it. Get rid of it. You don't probably need to do that. You don't need to spend your time, your energy to do this. So I absolutely love this quadrant, this box, whatever you want to call it. I think that it's a great way to start putting what it is that you want to do. Hopefully, I'm going to take this down now so you guys can see me again, but I just wanted to make sure that you could see that. But I feel like it's a great start to really figure out what's important, what can you delegate, what can you eliminate, what can you do later, and what can you do right now? Because we've got to prioritize in order to have our own boundaries for ourselves, as well as what we can say yes to for others. And I think it's super important. I don't want anybody to collapse. I don't want anybody to be flattened. I want you to preserve your energy. I want you to guard your energy. I want you to be around people that will, inspire you and give you energy, but then also hold you accountable so that you don't give everything away either. And that's what I have. I've got a mastermind group. I've got some really great people who check in on me. I've got a new tribe, that we are constantly talking within the last week or so and really trying to keep each other accountable. We even laughed today about having a bat signal. Like, I want a Batman signal, so that if somebody needs us, we can just like put up the signal and we'll come running. And I love it. I love that about, having people around you. And, I talked about energy and I talked about your vibe that you put out into this world. And all I have to say left is that your vibe is your tribe. And, surround yourself with people who are going to help keep you accountable and to help you preserve your energy and to help guide you if you become lost in, what it is that you want to give back to the world. Because again, you cannot always say yes and you cannot give away everything, because you've got to have some time for yourself. You've got to have some time for your loved ones at home. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. So I hope you guys learned something, and, comment. I will come back on the comments. If you catch the replay, thank you for watching and coming on here. Put your thoughts about how you've learned anything about your energy and, maybe lessons that you've learned about having to preserve it and how tight you have to keep it to you, or maybe some great experiences and some great things about how giving it away to a certain person really, really got it further for either you or for that other person. And so everybody's got energy to give. Everybody's got energy to guard as well. So don't forget that. And I'm so thankful that you guys all tuned in today and connected with me. And this is a conversation. So put some comments out there and I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining and have a great night. Bye.